Imagine waking up to a world of silence, no hum of appliances, no working phone, no lights. The familiar buzz of modern life is gone, replaced by an eerie stillness that blankets the city. You reach for your phone, but it's dead. The alarm clock is blank. Even the refrigerator sits quietly, powerless. Outside, traffic lights are dark, causing chaos at intersections. Cars inch forward hesitantly, horns blaring as drivers try to make sense of the confusion. Pedestrians stand at the curb, unsure when it's safe to cross, while emergency vehicles struggle to navigate the gridlock. Hospitals scramble as life support machines fail. Medical staff rush to switch to backup generators. But not everything can be saved. Doctors and nurses work frantically, manually assisting patients who depend on technology to survive. This isn't a disaster movie. It's the reality of a coordinated state-sponsored cyber attack. Newsrooms buzz with urgent updates and government officials gather in emergency centers, trying to assess the scale of the digital assault. The invisible war has spilled into the physical world, targeting the infrastructure that keeps society running. Server rooms sit in darkness, warning lights blinking as systems fail one by one. Power grids, water plants, and communication networks, all vulnerable to digital saboteurs thousands of miles away. These critical systems, once thought secure, are now exposed to invisible threats that can strike at any moment. It starts small, a single email, a careless click, and malicious code slips in. The attack is often invisible at first, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash chaos. This code moves silently, mapping the system, waiting for the command to strike. It spreads from computer to computer, quietly infiltrating deeper into the network, undetected by most security measures. These aren't ordinary criminals, they're soldiers in a new kind of conflict, fighting with keyboards instead of guns. They operate in shadows, often backed by powerful nations, and their weapons are lines of code rather than bullets. Their goal, to cripple an adversary, create fear, and demonstrate power without firing a shot. The battlefield is global, and the consequences can be just as devastating as any traditional attack. The chaos is just the beginning. As the hours drag on, uncertainty and fear spread. People gather around candles and flashlights, wondering when or if normalcy will return. Banking systems freeze, ATMs are useless, supply chains halt. Supermarket shelves empty quickly, and delivery trucks sit idle, unable to communicate or navigate. People are cut off from news, emergency services, and each other. The digital connections we rely on for information and safety are suddenly gone, leaving communities isolated and vulnerable. Our daily lives built on interconnected technology begin to unravel. Offices fall silent, businesses grind to a halt, and the world feels smaller and more fragile than ever before. This isn't fiction. In 2015, a cyber attack on Ukraine's power grid left over 230,000 people in the dark. It was a chilling demonstration of how digital warfare can have real-world consequences. The attackers showed a chilling understanding of industrial control systems. They bypassed security, manipulated controls, and left experts stunned by the sophistication of their methods. The line between digital and physical worlds is dangerously thin. A few keystrokes can disrupt entire cities, proving that our most vital systems are only as strong as their weakest digital link. The threat is real, and it demands our attention. Governments, businesses, and individuals must all recognize the risks and take action to defend against this new kind of warfare. We must rethink what security means in a world where a single click can bring a nation to its knees. Cybersecurity is no longer optional, it's essential for survival in the digital age. The age of cyber warfare is here. The question is, are we ready for what comes next? Forget the image of a lone hacker in a hoodie. While that's the stereotype we often see in movies and TV shows, the reality is far more complex and alarming. State-sponsored cyber attacks are a different beast entirely, operating on a scale and with a level of sophistication that most individuals and even companies can barely imagine. These are highly coordinated, well-funded operations, orchestrated by nation-states with vast resources at their disposal. The attackers are often elite government hackers, sometimes working in secret facilities, with access to cutting-edge technology, advanced software, and global intelligence networks that give them a significant edge. Their motives go far beyond financial gain. They're after geopolitical advantage, seeking to tip the balance of power. They steal state secrets, disrupt critical infrastructure, and spread disinformation to influence elections, manipulate public opinion, and sow discord within societies. The digital battlefield has no borders, and the rules of engagement are often unclear or ignored altogether. These attacks are notoriously hard to trace, allowing nations to act aggressively in cyberspace without facing immediate or obvious consequences. A single well-coordinated cyber attack on a financial system, energy grid, or transportation network could cripple a country's infrastructure and might even be considered an act of war. In this new era of cyber warfare, everyone is on the front line. Private companies, hospitals, schools, and even ordinary citizens like you and me. State-backed hackers might target corporations to steal valuable trade secrets, intellectual property, or sensitive data, or manipulate social media platforms to sway public opinion, spread propaganda, and undermine trust in institutions. They could disrupt healthcare systems or attack supply chains, causing shortages and chaos that ripple through society, affecting everything from food to medicine to manufacturing. Our interconnected world means that an attack on one sector can quickly impact all others, creating a domino effect that's hard to contain. Every citizen, every business, and every device is now a potential target in this invisible war. The shadow war is already here, and whether we realize it or not, it affects us all, shaping the world we live in every day. Nations today wield a sophisticated arsenal of digital weapons, constantly evolving to outpace defenders. Cyber warfare is no longer just a theoretical threat, it's a daily reality, with governments investing heavily in offensive and defensive cyber capabilities. Spear phishing is a favorite tactic, carefully crafted emails that appear legitimate trick-specific targets into opening the door to attackers. These emails are often tailored using personal information, making them incredibly convincing and difficult to spot, even for trained professionals. Ransomware, once a tool of criminal gangs, is now a weapon of chaos for states, crippling critical systems, demanding huge ransoms, or simply causing widespread disruption. The impact can be devastating, halting hospitals, pipelines, and entire city governments. The NotPetya attack, disguised as ransomware, wiped data and cost billions worldwide. It spread rapidly, affecting companies, infrastructure, and governments across continents, showing how quickly a single attack can escalate. Espionage is easier than ever. Malware silently steals secrets from ministries, contractors, and researchers. Sensitive data, trade secrets, and classified information can be exfiltrated without a trace, undermining national security and economic advantage. Designs for advanced fighter jets and other military technology have been stolen, saving years of research and billions in development costs for rival nations. Intellectual property theft is a silent but powerful weapon in the digital age. Supply chain attacks are especially insidious. Hackers compromise a trusted vendor, spreading malware to thousands of unsuspecting organizations. These attacks can go undetected for months, allowing widespread infiltration before anyone notices. The SolarWinds breach let attackers infiltrate U.S. government agencies and major corporations through a single software update, highlighting the vulnerability of even the most trusted systems. These methods bypass even the best defenses, proving that no target is too secure. Every organization, no matter how well protected, is a potential victim in this ongoing cyber conflict. The digital battlefield is always shifting, and so are the tactics. As technology advances, so do the methods of attack, making vigilance and adaptation more important than ever. Advanced Persistent Threats, APTs, are the special forces of cyber war. These attacks are stealthy, patient, and devastating. APTs use custom malware to slip past defenses, then lurk undetected for months or years. They gain access through spear phishing or software flaws, then move laterally, mapping networks and escalating privileges. Groups like Fancy Bear and Lazarus Group operate like military units with clear objectives and government backing. Their persistence is their weapon. They'll probe for weaknesses until they succeed. Some APTs focus on espionage, siphoning off secrets for years. Others embed themselves in critical systems, waiting to sabotage at the perfect moment. The silent presence of an APT is one of the gravest threats in cybersecurity. In this invisible war, patience and stealth win battles. Ransomware has become a weapon of choice for state actors aiming to cripple economies. The Colonial Pipeline attack showed how a single infection can spark panic, shortages, and emergency declarations. States use ransomware for strategic disruption, not just profit, paralyzing ports, supply chains, or entire industries. Plausible deniability lets them blame criminals while reaping the benefits. Supply chain attacks like SolarWinds amplify the threat. One compromised vendor can unlock thousands of networks. Organizations trust their software suppliers, making these attacks hard to prevent. The nightmare scenario: ransomware hidden in a software update, detonating across thousands of targets at once. The fallout could cripple industries and government functions overnight. Securing the software supply chain is now a top priority for governments and businesses alike. The stakes have never been higher. State-sponsored cyber attacks aren't just a government problem, they hit home. When Sony Pictures was hacked, thousands of employees had their private data leaked. Economic fallout from attacks leads to job losses, higher prices, and hits to your retirement savings. Attacks on infrastructure can disrupt your access to food, fuel, or even your own money. The Colonial Pipeline hack left people stranded and businesses paralyzed. Disinformation campaigns target your beliefs, aiming to divide and manipulate society. You might not realize you're a target, but you are. In this digital war, every citizen is on the front line. Personal cybersecurity is your digital self-defense. Use strong, unique passwords for every account. Consider a passphrase and a password manager. Enable two-factor authentication wherever possible. It's a powerful barrier against hackers. Keep your software and devices updated. Patches fix vulnerabilities before attackers can exploit them. Be skeptical of unsolicited emails or messages, especially those urging you to click links or download attachments. Back up your important files regularly. If ransomware strikes, you won't be at its mercy. Set devices to update automatically for maximum protection. Practice good data hygiene and stay alert to phishing attempts. Your vigilance is a powerful shield. In the age of cyber warfare, your habits matter. Protect yourself, and you help protect everyone. As attackers evolve, defenders turn to AI and machine learning. AI analyzes massive data in real time, spotting threats humans might miss. It learns normal network behavior and flags anomalies, sometimes stopping attacks before they spread. AI can automate threat hunting, freeing experts for complex analysis. But AI isn't perfect. Attackers design malware to evade it, and false alarms can cause alert fatigue. AI is only as good as its data, and the humans guiding it. Attackers use AI too, crafting smarter malware and more convincing phishing. The future is a hybrid. AI handles the data, humans provide judgment. In this arms race, technology and people must work together. The battle is just beginning. Technology alone can't win the invisible war. People are the final line of defense. Most cyber attacks start with a human mistake. A click, a weak password, a moment of trust. Cybersecurity must become a life skill, not just an IT issue. Understanding phishing and social engineering turns you into a human firewall. Stay informed. Threats evolve daily and knowledge is power. Share what you learn. A resilient society depends on collective awareness. Governments and corporations can't fight this war alone. Every individual plays a role in global security. Your habits, skepticism, and vigilance strengthen the chain for everyone. In the digital age, you are a sentinel on the front.